don't have sound on that trailer.
What?
You probably don't have sound on that trailer because it's a screen capture.
But it's just my voice. Yeah, 2016 is the year of VR.
Do the narration. Colin will do the narration now.
And it's like C# with hot reloading.
You sound just like the guy in the video.
Yeah. He stole my voice. The new part, yeah, part of them. Our Cathedral class. Felix did those.
See, somebody loves your voice. Uh-huh.
And you're there.
We're there.
Who is that? Who wrote that?
Hello everybody and welcome to our first CRYENGINE V stream. Today I'm here, well actually I am Angela, your friendly neighborhood community manager, and today we have basically the entire marketing team for CRYENGINE. So we have Marcel, brand manager.
Hello.
And we have Colin, technical marketing manager. So hello guys, so happy to be here.
Yes.
As am I.
As you are.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so?
So actually we wanted to thank you all for your patience and support because we know a lot of you have been having issues logging in or issues with the launcher, and we are really working as fast as we can to fix everything, but we know it's really frustrating, so we are super sorry.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of sleep from it, so I've been working very hard on that.
Yeah, but we still really appreciate all the support. You know, it's amazing. We had these problems basically because everybody jumped on the chance to download CRYENGINE V, which is amazing for us, but still we're very sorry and still working hard. Like for the last few users, still experiencing problems to fix it as soon as possible for them.
Yes.
Okay, so we have actually some questions that you all brought from either Reddit or Twitter or the forums. So I have some preloaded here. So shall we start with one?
Sure.
Jump right in.
Jump right in. Okay, so I like this one by Johan26. How impactful has been the CRYENGINE community to Crytek since the last 2 years? Any examples? My first example would definitely be Answer Hub.
Yes.
Because, I mean, we had no way before to actually track bugs or track any reports from the community, and now we have this amazing tool that's basically kind of like an industry standard. So we're really happy to actually start working with it. Any other examples? Any other ideas?
Well, I mean, if you look at the CRYENGINE forums, you will see that a lot of people have been asking for an increase in map size.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, that sounds familiar.
you would think that that's like the most pressing thing for a lot of people. So yes, we for example doubled the map size with CRYENGINE V, and it really, I mean, like if you look at like the whole idea behind CRYENGINE V, behind our announcements last week, like, you know, the pay what you want business model, the indie development fund is really the realization that maybe for a while we haven't been doing like as much for our community as we could have or should have done, but we're trying to make amends for that as much as possible now.
That's why we're here.
So basically, yeah, like we will try, you know, in the future, like to be much more communicative, much more open, and also, yeah, as you saw from those announcements, to do our best to make the community happy. It will not always work because, you know, there's so many people in the community and they have so many different interests, but definitely do what we can to make people happy and like see them create amazing games.
I would also say, sorry for interrupting you. I would also say the Indie Development Fund, it's something that, it's not necessarily something that just came as a request from the community, but we thought it was a way of us showing that we care. Like, we have this money that we will give grants to indie developers, and everybody has a chance to participate. Everybody who creates a cool project with CRYENGINE will be able to, you know, try to apply and get free money basically for hard work. So I think that's something that's not really a request, but it's a cool thing.
Yeah, you know, like, I mean, looking at like when we made the decision to do this thing, I'm so sorry, go on. We'll get your chance. Also, somebody thinks that you look like Tom Cruise.
Who says this?
It's Jan.
Jan.
So it's probably not to be taken seriously. Yeah, I think, yeah, like when we made that decision, like I could already think of like a couple of games from the CRYENGINE forums, from the showcase section, where I thought, you know, like if those people submit their game, I think they would have a decent chance at winning one of these grants, because, you know, there's some really cool, promising stuff happening. So, and hopefully we'll see a lot more of that in the future.
Wow, I can see my gray hair actually. Interesting.
I think it's just light reflection.
Give Colin
Oh
his
no,
cap.
it's definitely gray hair.
Get your cap. Did you lose it?
No, I have it right here. It's okay. So yeah, I mean, you asked about the different things with the community. For one, I'm sitting here, and for two, we have a lot of different things. We have training that's happening. We have GitHub, which is planned, and that'll allow users to be able to fork the code. And I mean, long term, we'd like to have the same thing where you can push back commits to be able to give us, you know, user contributions even as far as code. The marketplace has been something that has like made me lose a lot of sleep, and it's not exactly where it can be at the moment, but we have a good framework, and there's a lot of metadata that is stored, and that's for not only the vendors but on the back end, but on the front end for users to be able to understand what they're buying in a better capacity. So expect that to grow, and hopefully we can get more things, maybe Sketchfab or something implemented into it, like an embed, so you guys have a better idea of what you're purchasing.
Well, that's a good one.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I want to jump on that question
Is
right there.
CryEngine only for FPS games?
What's
No.
FPS?
No.
It's not.
No. You should check our indies. We have so many cool indies that are not FPS at all. It's awesome. Like
Yeah.
Wolsen.
Yeah, it seems
No.
there is like there is this funny preconception that that CryEngine is mainly aimed at first-person games, which admittedly is what Crytek has been mostly been doing. But like at GDC at our booth, we brought 5 like indie
CryEngine
games using
5?
CryEngine 5 to our booth, so they get a chance for some
You see
publicity.
that.
And those 5 games, we had one shooter, admittedly, in Miscreated. We had
It's not really a shooter, though.
we had 3 RPGs in Voltsen, Lords of Mayhem in The Memory of Eldrum, and of course Kingdom Come Deliverance. And we had an open world skiing game with snow. So you know, like that's 4 out of 5 games being they were not first person shooters. Yes, definitely you can do all kinds of games you want to do with the engine. There's nothing that says it must be a first person shooter.
I mean, even they had like the snowmobile thing inside of Snow, which was something.
Yeah,
that-
exactly. They
Is that
have-
new? I don't know.
It's
yes,
new.
that
It's
was the
for
first time
beta.
they showed at
Yeah.
GDC.
It's for
I thought,
beta.
yeah.
Yeah,
And they're
exactly.
gonna
We
add
had-
snowboards.
We had some of the indies that we had were actually showing exclusive content that they have not released to the public yet. They had exclusive builds for us to show at GDC, so that was pretty cool. And I'm really pumped for snowboards. Just saying, just throwing it out there.
I've never snowboarded in my life.
Really?
Nope, never.
I'm really bad.
I've skied once. It was horrible.
Look, hi Marcel. Hi
I've
Marcel.
skied
Marcel
a
has a
lot.
lot of fans. I'm jealous. So
That's
I
nice.
saw. I
All that
actually
gray
saw a question before on the
Migraine,
chat.
your hair.
Well,
Well, that's a lot of words.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So.
Spend time writing about each year. It's one of her teaching you. Finishing this year. Looking forward to something. What should we? What?
I don't get the question. What? Do you get the question? Oh, Colin, kawaii desu.
What is that? What does that mean?
Like you're cute.
Oh, I'm cute.
Yes, you're cute for.
So,
Japanese standards.
because that question is a bit like complicated. So let's jump on the question from Space Croissant, partially because I had a croissant this morning for breakfast.
Okay.
So yes, the idea is because we experimented with different release cycles in the past when we did Engine as a Service. So we had monthly, we had bi-weekly stuff like that in between. But our plan for this year, starting with CryEngine 5 last week, is definitely that we aim for having one big feature-packed release roughly every 3 months.
3, 4, yeah.
And in between, then have like smaller releases that are just fixes and so like that also eases the burden of integrating new stuff all the time on development teams.
So and just to clarify, some people on the forums actually, when we announced it before, had a weird idea that we were releasing monthly hotfixes, but that's not necessarily the case. It will just be as needed, so it can be 1 or 4. It's not tied to specific dates, specifically for the hotfixes.
Yeah, and so the next thing that we're doing and that will hopefully not take 3 months but be much faster, as Colin already alluded to, is that we will add GitHub support for the engine source code, since last week was the first time that we ever released full engine source code to the community. And that's obviously something that people are asking for GitHub, so that's something we're working on that will happen.
I mean, that helps with the hotfixes as well, because,
Yes.
I mean, even with Unreal and whatnot, they do nightly, even like experimental builds. So that's something that we can possibly, I'm not promising it, but it would be something that would be an option if we went, or when we do go to GitHub and it's up and published.
I have a question that is probably more for Colin, and this comes from Reddit, and it comes from Headcloth. It says, "Will Crytek allow C++ or C# plugins on the CryEngine marketplace?"
Yes, I mean, we actually already have that. We have a lot of things that are not exposed, well, that basically need to be populated. It's not only plugins, but we also even third-party software. If it's a good example that I've used before is like World Machine. A lot of people use that in their own development, and then basically they could put World Machine, and users don't have to exit our ecosystem in order to find the program. And the same can be said for the plugins. So, does that answer it?
Yeah, I think so, yes. I think that was a good one. So we have another one from Headcloth from Reddit, and it says, and I think Marcel already answered, yeah. What are Crytek's plans for large world support?
So yeah. Do you want to? Should I?
You can. Yeah,
I can. Okay, so a lot of people keep asking us about segmented world, which is something that we talked about in the past. Probably talked about a lot earlier than we should have, in hindsight. So that's still not something that we can talk about or put a date on. But like, you know, one thing, as I said already, is that last week we doubled the map size, which was something that a lot of people have been asking about. I guess, you know, with survival games being popular these days, people want massive maps to run around on and kill each other, which we wholeheartedly support. So yeah, there's nothing that we can say right now beyond like doubling the map size as we did last week. But obviously, it's something that people care about, and you know, we'll see what happens.
I mean, yeah, the honest answer is, like you said, it was something that we exposed prior. Well, you all did. I wasn't here, but it was one of those things where
you were part of the community anyway.
I was, and everybody was part of it.
You were with us in Seoul.
In Seoul. So with the segmented world, the biggest problem was it just wasn't optimized, and we want to make sure if you use the engine, you have a good experience, and that was a case where maybe it wasn't optimized and it wouldn't have, for the majority of the people, they wouldn't have been able to use it and actually develop properly. So it's one of those things, I don't think it's on a priority right now, which I've said on the forums, but I personally know that a lot of people ask about it, and it's a big thing. So I'll keep it on my mind and keep pushing it internally, and we'll see what happens.
I saw a question before about FBX support and Blender. We, with our static FBX support that we have now for CryEngine 5, we were actually hoping to bring in some Blender people, and we are actually actively working on not just static, but also animations. So that's something you will probably definitely see in the future. And there was something else. I think somebody asked me where I'm from. I'm from Venezuela, from Caracas. I know my accent is terrible. Sorry about that.
Did they ask?
Yeah, somebody asked before, but...
Did they ask about your accent specifically?
No, they
Your
said,
accent?
where are you from?
Okay.
Do I have an accent? I don't even know.
You have American accent, yes?
Do I have an American accent?
Yeah, of course.
It's like
You
English.
sound American to me, yeah. Definitely.
Okay, this
Interesting.
one's also for Colin. From the forums, this is from Alpha 2000.
Okay, hello Alpha.
Hello, Alpha. How is the plan of the schedule for tutorials? Is there a plan to bring more tutorials for programming?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Absolutely. I mean, internally we've talked about the C# stuff, which is documentation. Currently, right now, the big thing was pushing out the engine, so I'm having to get caught up on the interface, which is the biggest deal. And right now, C# was kind of done from one of our senior developers. That doesn't work always in-house, so it's hit and miss. But we plan to have full development. A lot of people got attached to this just recently in the past couple of months. So I'll work hand in hand with them to be able to push out proper templates and be able to give you guys a good explanation of how it's integrated, and even just the basic setups. I know we have Hello World, we have the UI system, which we've all been very, very excited about because, you know, it gives an option to Scaleform, which a lot of people complain about. As far as the other training, I know that I have a lot of AI training that I've been doing with Christian internally, so you should see that up actually pretty quickly, going over behavior trees and TPS or tactical point systems. So there's a lot of programming and, you know, low-level stuff that is planned, and you should see within the next month or so.
So this one is for all of us, actually. So what kinds of projects would Crytek love to see being done in CryEngine 5? That's more personal because it's the kind of games that we play So I think for me, would like Volson is one of the games it's made for me. Like basically, like Diablo and RPG, but hack and slash. Like I love that. So that would be one of the ones I would like to see. Which ones would you like to see?
I only play Geometry Wars.
Geometry Wars.
I'll try to make that a tutorial. That's a goal of mine, is to remake the game in CryEngine.
Geometry Wars tutorial for CryEngine.
Yeah.
Okay, I will hold you to that. I have 108 witnesses.
Yeah, it sounds exciting. I may just like really, really advance that. I'll quit and just go into the Geometry Wars mode. What would you like to see?
Like one thing that I'm already super happy about is like I played MechWarrior 4 online in leagues for years, so the fact that there's a MechWarrior game on CryEngine is super amazing to me. I also really like RPGs. Yeah, Watson is cool. Kingdom Come looks amazing. What's missing? Somebody should make The Sims 5 in CryEngine.
The Sims 5?
The Sims 5.
The Sims.
I could never get into The Sims.
I really, really want to see like a vehicle racing game, but
Yeah,
I mean, it's one of those things internally we have to work on more of the AI to get it up to par, but it's something that I definitely want to see. I think CryEngine does an excellent job at rendering foliage so you can drive around and even the vehicles. And that was part of the reason that I kind of pushed the Formula 1 Humble Bundle, because I like that. I like doing the vehicle stuff inside of the engine. I wish there was more of it.
So one question here from Space Paul. I heard rumors about the InVR editor already being created, tested. Well, so last week at GDC we did demo a demo, like an early test of a VR editor running on the HTC Vive.
Yep.
So we can't say when it's going to come out or whatever, but it's definitely something we're toying around with, and if people were at GDC last week, they might have been lucky enough to give it a try themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, this one from Lord Snave was actually one that I had from the forums is, will the sandbox source code be released when the UI is fully converted?
So for now, we're just saying that we're giving full engine source code.
Mm-hmm.
We've already given full engine source code. It's past tense. It's been out since last week.
Oh, and talking about sandbox, I also wanted to mention, because I don't think I saw it in the questions. Actually, people were asking if we're going to have a Linux editor. And once we change everything from MFC to Qt, then we will definitely start working on a Linux editor, so you will have that. But it will take a little time.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole plan, to get that. We'd like to work on the asset pipeline. And, I mean, there's all sorts of things that we're planning to do. We've heard a lot of the questions that everybody's had. So I could definitely say everything's going in the direction of what you just said.
Oh, and I'm sorry if we cannot answer all the more technical questions. Like, for example, somebody wants wants us to show the GPU particles and the liquids and the clouds. We cannot show that right now. I'm so sorry, because we're just answering questions about, like, we are the marketing team. We're only answering questions about CryEngine 5. If you have questions about, for example, the business model and the sport, the indie fund, what else? Colin's hair.
I mean, I can answer that. As far as the GPU particles, we have a content example that I'll probably release in the next week that goes over all sorts of setups. The cloud system was it's pretty amazing, honestly. You can fly around. I've said internally we need to make like a Superman game. You can just fly around in the clouds. I would play that.
Oh yeah, with the new clouds, they are so pretty. I would play that too.
So it's one of those things. I think a lot of people have probably used it, and it's fairly easy to comprehend. You just switch. You go into the environment editor, and you change the altitude, and you can change the turbulence and the density. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have been having fun with that. And I think Ad Solution had put a video on YouTube that illustrates, like, it's scrolling across. It's pretty awesome, honestly. I like it a lot.
So Colin, Flowgraph tutorials, please.
Please?
Yeah, I mean, there's, I did Spot Point. There's going to be a lot of Flowgraph. I mean, I did an introduction just a couple hours ago. I finalized it. Expect a lot of Flowgraph, because everybody will say that coding is the thing, but a lot of people can get introduced to basic coding and principles through Flowgraph, so I'll have a lot of those.
Oh, and talk about Flowgraph, it says, I'm someone that's new to game design, and CryEngine 5 got my interest with its pay what you want model. So, which features are in CryEngine that would help someone with little coding and modeling experience learn and create something great? Definitely Flowgraph, and and that's for programming, for no programming experience. And if you want something more for prototyping in the engine, then definitely Designer Tool.
Yep.
So,
yeah, I mean, those are the two things. Checking it out. The Designer Tool can do a lot of things. It's even got a UV mapping or a UV editor inside of it, and you can just apply textures. And one of the coolest things is you're able to do subdivision, which means it'll smooth it without getting into too much detail, without having real experience. You can just understand that you can get complex shapes that aren't just blocky, low poly quite quickly, strictly in the editor.
and we are not ignoring the questions about substance support. This is definitely something that we are looking into, but we cannot confirm anything right now. But just be aware that we know about this. We are aware.
I mean, the one thing that I can say about Substance is that, we are aware, but if you look on the marketplace, we've actually got game textures as a partner, and they're about half of the Substance database.
Mm-hmm.
So if and when that happens, they'll be able to port all of their stuff over really quickly, and you'll have full access to it because there won't be any conversion time. What is the question? It's like, now with my hair? Or?
No, it's every few minutes Marcel remembers an old joke and he starts laughing in his head.
No, he's just laughing at me. You have to understand.
Oh, you look great today.
Yeah.
You don't look jet-lagged
Oh,
at
guys, stop it. Do we look super jet lagged? Because I feel terrible. How are you feeling?
I'm always feeling like this. No, he's just laughing at me.
What is like
You
this?
understand.
all.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're still all a bit tired. We only
guys,
came back from a GDC on Sunday
Do
afternoon,
we look
and it's a
super
9-hour,
jet-lagged? Because
8-hour
I feel
difference right now,
terrible.
and
How are you feeling?
yeah,
I'm
we're.
always feeling
Does
like
anybody keep waking
just
up
like-
like at 3 a.m.? Like, I'm ready for the day.
Sorry, we're still all a bit tired. We only
woke up
came
at
back
5.
from a GDC on Sunday afternoon, and it's a 9-hour. I don't know if that means I won or not. But,
I think we all lose. Does anybody keep waking up like at 3 a.m.? Like, can you use the new
sorry, we're still
Magnum
all a bit
Master to
tired.
full
We
extent without
only
having
came back
floating
from
point
a
issues?
GDC on Sunday afternoon, and it's a 9-hour.
Well, I
don't
mean,
know
it's
if that
still
means
going
I
to
won
be
or
32
not.
bits, so you're going to have some
think we all
some
lose.
issues.
Does
It
anybody
depends, I mean,
keep waking up like at 3
how you
a.m.?
say
Like, can you use the new
floating
Magnum
point
Master
issues.
to
You can
full
go
extent
and you
without
can
having
activate
floating point
physics
issues?
past the
Sunday
train,
afternoon.
and you would be able to go Well, I out
mean,
into the
it's
water.
still gonna be
It's
32
really
bits.
you
I
have
think we
some
all
some
lose.
issues.
Does anybody
It's like
keep
with
waking
anything
up
in
like
physics,
at
it's not
3
how you
a.m.?
say
Like,
it.
can you
And
use
I
the
don't
new Magnum Master to
I
full
don't have
extent
a
without having floating
activate
point
physics
issues?
past the train.
Oh, audio is looping.
Well, I mean, it's still going to be 32 bits. You have some issues. You have technical issues. It's like anything in physics. We're ready for this.
There's no
Audio
source
crash.
running. Nothing changed.
What happened?
I don't know.
Do you have the stream open?
No, just the preview window.
Should we shut down for a couple minutes and then come back?
Wait for a second. It should go. I mean, there's nothing.
Okay,
there's
fixed.
no
Fixed.
sound.
Never mind, fixed.
Okay,
Okay.
It's fixed. It's the grace of God. Thank you.
magic.
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 Unicorns. Okay, I like this one from Birdies. Can we have Damien's maps as example lighting content, pretty please? I mean, I would love it. I would absolutely love it. He is out of this world. Like, all his screenshots would just go crazy every time he releases one. So yeah, we should invite him.
I can say the environment one that we have posted, he has committed to the content team and will release to the public.
Yes. So that's that.
So you will get that one.
You will
don't
get that
worry.
one, Birdies. You will. What else? Anything else on the chat?
So yeah, Kid Karma. We're just not talking about it, but Hunt is still being developed here in Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Yep.
It looks awesome, honestly. Crytek is
We
really-
have. Does CRYENGINE have its own audio solution? We don't. Yes, we have one. The
Yes.
SDL mixer is our in-house solution,
Yes.
and you don't need WIs or you don't need Fmod if you don't want to. So
Okay.
you can play around with that.
The Scaleform thing, Scaleform SDK, this is something that is interesting because it's not strictly regards us. Because if you'll notice, Unreal has had a lot of support with Scaleform in the past, and then they stripped it off. And we're trying to maximize the output of the UI that you guys get, because we don't want you just to have a basic implementation. So we're trying to work towards the best fix with Scaleform, because we can't exactly ship the source because we don't own that. But at the same time, we don't want you to pay $25,000 for a license, and we respect the fact that you're going to want a UI solution. So at the same time, we have a lot of the UI stuff in C# that's maturing. I mean, it's not going to be as optimized and mature as Scaleform, but we're basically pushing into newer pastures while also trying to maintain the same status quo that you've seen in the past.
Will you make more live Twitch like this? Yes, we want to make more live streams like this now.
Definitely.
Definitely.
We'll see if
And
they invite me
also
back.
with people that can answer more technical questions than just us. So like more themed things like, hey, we could do a stream with the audio people like Thomas, as long-time users of the forums know, he's anyways a lot on the forums answering a lot of questions about audio-related stuff, or like Sandbox. So yeah, we definitely want to do more of these in the future.
We just don't have any dates set yet. Okay, this one's for definitely Marcel. Why does the license only specifically allow CryEngine to be used for games? And that's from Seth.
So it's just a decision that was made that for now we just want to focus on game development. So we appreciate that there's a lot of interest in doing other stuff, but for now we're fully focused on supporting our community as good as we can with game development topics. And hopefully, like with last week's release, people appreciate that we're doing a lot more to help the community than we did in the past.
More live streams, yay! Oh, thank you for the compliment. Sorry, Colin. Your hair is also great today.
Well, I'll have to step it up and dye it blue.
But I already have it blue. You need a different color.
No?
No? You're just go with blue.
I'll look
Fine.
better. I'll look better.
Fine.
It doesn't matter.
It
The public
goes
will
with
speak.
your eyes.
Yeah, it goes with my eyes.
Okay, this one's from Reddit. No, from the forum, sorry. From Gshot. Any reason why you're not uploading the video tutorials to the CryEngine channel on YouTube? We will. There is not really a reason not to. It's definitely going to happen. We just need to have them on Vimeo because the link, the URL, won't change if we need to make updates to the videos.
Yes, which I'll be updating a lot. The intention is, we're going to push it out. The best way to do it is maybe just, automatically. I've looked into a service called OneLoad that maybe we'll be able to push it out and distribute it to multiple channels, not just YouTube. But like she said, the Vimeo stuff is actually something that I pushed because I've done stuff on Vimeo and I've done stuff on YouTube, and I understand the users that I gained on YouTube are much larger, but I can't update it and keep the embeds. So if I were to change the video inside of it, it would break all of the embeds on all the forums and everything. And at least with the main training, I opened it up, you can embed it. And whatever you embed, I guarantee it'll never break.
This one is probably for Marcel, from the forums from CryDevGym.
Excellent.
Could you talk a bit about the plans to start rolling out Android and iOS support?
Okay. No.
Needs a couple minutes.
Yes. No. So for now, we're not talking about any additional platforms because we already have quite a few platforms. We just added 3 more last week with the HTC Vive, with PlayStation VR, and with OS VR. But obviously, it's our interest to have as many options for developers as possible. So it's not something that we want to put a date on right now or say, hey, we're definitely doing this in the future. So don't get me wrong, it's not a promise or anything like that. But it's always our intention to have the engine on as many platforms as possible. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
So this one's from Andre. Hi, Andre. We are definitely working on fixing some of the issues with the editor. I mean, the editor is still, the migration to Qt is still not complete for all the tools. So we are definitely going step by step, improving one little thing at a time. So yeah, I don't have a proper roadmap for that, but yeah.
Okay, so since we've been live for 30 minutes and there's still questions about this coming, so yes, we are aware that some people still have problems with the launcher. We are very sorry for that, our apologies. We're still working on fixing those accounts for the people affected. So yeah, sorry, I'll just have to ask for a bit more patience there. We'll get you up and running the launcher as soon as we can.
Oh, this one's for you, Colin. How much work is it to switch from an older CryEngine to CE5?
An older CryEngine. If you've used it a lot of the functions have remained the same. It's not like they've changed, or we've changed very much internally. We've updated a lot. We've updated DX12. You would never really see that unless you worked with the code. So we've added some new features. But as far as the actual functions and understanding and comprehending what the engine can do, there won't be much change. It's just finding that place where the button is. And I guess that's my job, is to expose that to everybody. So check out the videos and you'll be able to figure out where everything is.
Oh, and now that we're half an hour in the stream, I just wanted to make a quick announcement that we have some leftover shirts from GDC. So I still need to figure out how many do we have.
I don't think we should say leftover. That doesn't sound very appealing.
Well, because
We saved these specifically for this
But
for this
it could be
occasion.
worse. It'd be like, yeah, we washed these.
like this one was mine.
We saved them.
But I guess I'm just gonna give it away. It's L. So no. We have some shirts we're going to be giving away soon, probably on Twitter like we did last time. So this time we have more sizes. Yay!
Oh, so many questions.
So many questions.
Okay.
Yes, international shipping. Well, last time we shipped to, I think, Spain and Portugal.
I remember once sending a poster to Australia, which is about as far away from Germany as you can get.
Even farther away than Venezuela. Imagine that.
Yeah, and you're probably not going to get any rigging in the Cry Designer tool. You can animate it inside of TrackView, and that's about all you're going to get. We're not going to do that. That's crazy. We'll probably just do FBX import. I actually talked about animation today earlier with the Tech Art team. It is one of my biggest goals, as you all know. I commented about it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we know where your motivations lie. Like, you're so open on the forums. So, yeah.
So I see a lot of people asking when Crysis 5. So we're not talking about Crysis 5 today. We're not even talking about Crysis 4. But
wait, what?
I want to point out that today is the 5th birthday of Crysis 2. So round of applause for that, right?
Yay, Crysis 2!
Happy 5th birthday. We should actually get some cake
5
later, right?
years old. Oh my god.
I will just say I've never played Crysis, and I'm very open to that.
Good job.
I'm
good
also
job.
out of here now. Wait, okay.
Yeah, I was
was-
just fired. Let's say.
I was still in university when Crysis 2 came out,
There's
so
some
that
big
was
guys in front of the door.
that's how you see how long ago that was.
There's happening. It's clap. Okay.
Happy birthday, Crysis. Clap, clap, clap. Oh, cute. So what else do we have? Any more questions, guys?
There's always. Oh, somebody had asked about the LOD generator.
Mm.
We have been refactoring that internally because it wasn't optimal. So expect an upgrade as far as that. But I can't give you a timetable. So.
Your Twitter did not remember Alcatraz. Of course, we all know it's Alcatraz, but I mean, everybody likes Prophet anyways, and he's also kind of the one in 3 as well, so...
So what she's trying to say is that it was her who made that tweet.
Yeah, it was me, definitely me. But I did play all of them, so... And I have to say, my favorite is Crysis Warhead. Psycho's cool. How far is the GitHub setup at the moment?
Yeah. I asked that yesterday.
Yes, it is.
It is.
It's pretty far. I mean, we have somebody on it completely from the build team. So it's been in the works for a little while now. And as far if everything works, as far as the setting up the user account and making sure everything is running smooth, you could probably expect it halfway into next month maybe. At the latest.
God, careful putting dates on
it's
something is
dangerous.
super dangerous. They
So-
remember.
So do you see... I lost the question.
Blame me.
Do you see the marketplace as something about being the main income for CryEngine 5? And no, absolutely not. We also have some support packages that we hope that people will basically make use of once they're more deep insight into development. And it's still pay what you want, so maybe in the long run, if you like it, you can share your success with us.
Yeah. I'm trying to read more. So.
There you go. You're already at halfway next month confirmed. People remember this one.
I spoke at length about this yesterday. I see Crytek. Like you said, you can just blame me. It's okay. I see it's still running.
More tutorials, yes, there will be definitely more tutorials.
There'll probably be more tutorials in just a few hours if you keep checking.
I mean, you have some tutorials like in your
Yeah,
backlogs ready,
Yeah, I have
ready to go.
backlogs. I've been doing a mixture. Sometimes I upload a backlog tutorial and sometimes I upload a new tutorial. So I've been doing both to have a consistent stream going up.
So I think, Marcel, it's your time to shine. Would you talk to us more about the Indie Fund, the Indie Development Fund? You're the brand manager.
Sure, absolutely.
Sure.
I love talking about this. Yes. So yeah, and I don't want this to get like lost in all the other cool stuff because it's something that we're really super proud of. So we've created this CRYENGINE Indie Development Fund, which means that we are starting it with like $1 million of our own money, and
Marcel's money actually. It's just his.
yes, I'm so selfless. And whenever you choose, like should you choose to make any contribution with the pay what you want model, you can select to give up to 70% of whatever you pay also to the Indie Development Fund. And the idea there is that like every 3 months, out of all the games that get submitted, we pick 3 that are really we think are worth supporting. So there's going to be different criteria. We're going to look at like how feasible is it. So like if a one-man team comes and says, hey, I'm going to make the next Star Citizen, might not be feasible. We're going to look at like is it artistically great, is it technically impressive, a lot of that stuff. So there's going to be a group of people here at Crytek, like from different fields, looking at those submissions, and we say, hey, these 3 games are the ones we want to support, and then we just give them free money. And I want to point out that even when we give them that money, there is no royalties or anything, there is no stake that we own. It's just purely us saying, your game looks cool, you're on a great way, take some money to help you further along that road. Hopefully make a great game.
Take my money.
Yes.
That's what we want.
So yeah, that's something that we think is super cool. The submissions for that are going to start soon. We're obviously going to announce that everywhere on all channels once that is the case. And then, yeah, we hope that all the people making cool games with CRYENGINE submit something and say, hey, my game looks cool, take a look at it, please give me some money.
And actually, to go with your question, there was a question in the forums that says that could the CRYENGINE community have like some impact on the grant recipients? And we will definitely take into account like forum feedback, and I don't want to say popularity, but I want to say that more like engagement. If people are actually on the forums excited for it, that is definitely something we have to look into.
Yeah, that's one criterion, right? Because you can make like super and sadly it sometimes happens that people make amazing games and they just don't sell, or like there's no excitement for them, which is undeserved but still can happen. So yeah, when we do these, so basically people submit the games, we pre-select the ones that we think, hey, these are like are really cool. We're gonna put them on our website for people to see which are the candidates that are in the running for the next grant every 3 months. And then it's not a criteria, it's not a vote where we say whoever gets like the most likes or whatever is gonna win, because we reserve the right. And to be honest, like if you look at the history of people on the internet voting for things, it rarely works out, because people on the internet can be pretty horrible.
Yeah,
But,
I don't believe in only popularity. There has to be
yes.
a bit more to that.
Did you see the
Also
new
because she's
vote?
not very popular, but yeah, it's something we take into consideration. So if we see that a lot of people online are super excited about a game, we see a lot of posts about it on the forums or Twitter or Facebook, then that is something where we say, hey, maybe this game, is not only technically feasible, but also might have a bright future because people out there are really excited to play it.
So Marcel, how's it going?
Will you release more assets from Rise? So this is the perfect opportunity. Thank you very much,
For
Eye of
reminding
Scar,
us.
for this is the perfect opportunity for me to do the marketing thing and plug the Humble Bundle. And I think this is like really amazing value. So we teamed up with the very nice people at Humble Bundle to do a CRYENGINE game development Humble Bundle, and basically what you get is for as little as I think like 15 is like
13.
13, that's
yeah.
yeah. You cannot even get 2 drinks in Frankfurt for that. Trust me, I tried.
I tried.
Or you get like 1 cinema ticket. So like $13, which is next to nothing. You get like hundreds of amazing AAA quality game assets. So stuff.
Over 50 gigabytes of assets.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So like stuff, for example, on our side, we pulled straight out of Rise, which, if I may say so, I believe is still one of the most impressive looking games out there. So the fact that you can get like these assets, which from games that cost millions and millions of dollars to make for like $13 is amazing. And what's even more amazing is that you can use those for your own games.
Yeah.
So just grab those at, like, for example, we have an elephant from Rise, right?
Yeah.
That's in there. There's a racing starter game, so there's nothing at all stopping you from making a elephant racing game in CryEngine right now. Go, do it, please.
It has a
Please,
full,
like seriously, please.
Go forth and be merry with elephants.
There's a full animation set too with the elephant, so you could, in theory, get it moving around quite quickly. Same with the guy. So it may take some work in order to get it moving around. We can't just give you the whole setup because there's a lot to go with that regarding mannequin and a lot of scripting. But it's all there, a lot of the fighting animations, so have at it. I'd like to see what everybody does.
I think here Jim Morrison 723 in the chat puts it best. Like, if you're a developer on CryEngine, that bundle is a must-buy. And also, I want to point out that even though it's ridiculously cheap for all the assets you're getting, it's even better because you can do something for your karma as well. Because you can select to either give money to charity. We're supporting Child's Play, which is a great charity helping sick children in hospitals, and Extra Life, which happens to be another charity helping sick children in hospitals. So you can select to give money to charity, or you can also select like money to give back into the indie development fund. So either way, it's not going to us; it's going to people that are doing great work, and you get amazing assets for that. Again, #elephant racing game.
Exactly. Somebody asked how to make the elephant as a player character.
I have no idea.
I mean, all that stuff will go on the marketplace, so that may be something I tackle because it sounds funny to me, honestly.
I saw a question asking how we were going to support the indie games beyond the indie development fund. And this is something that probably not a lot of people know, but we are very in sync with our indie games, and we have done live streams and play sessions with Volsen, previously known as Umbra, Snow. We have done Miscreated, Kingdom Come Deliverance, and incidentally, these are some of the games that we've brought to GDC and Gamescom, and we actually set up special stations for them there so that every attendee can come over and just play their game. So it's not just the money. We will also be giving them a space in our community, and we will open our hearts and open our social media channels to give them as much attention as they would actually want or need. So
yeah, I think we're really trying our best to. The woman is so sweet.
I'm not.
No, she really isn't. Trust me, I sit next to her 8 hours a day.
She hits both of us. She's very brutal.
So yeah, so as Angela said, some of the ways we support it indies that I'm super proud of is that we allow them to come to our booth at trade shows. So basically they get at these high profile events like GDC or Gamescom, they get free booth space where they can show their games to press or potential business partners, publishers, what have you. What we also did now at GDC last week is that with all the indie games that were there, we filmed interviews with them. So we're gonna make some pretty nice, high quality, as we always do, videos that we're gonna release to help promote them. So really, I actually think it's worth saying that other engines might have more indie games, but the fact that there are maybe less of them on CryEngine right now can also be a blessing for the developers in that it allows us to focus more on helping individual teams or so. For example, or when people do Kickstarters, we really try to support the Kickstarters of Umbra, of Kingdom Come, of War of Rights, and we definitely want to do more of that in the future. Yeah, also do more streams. I think we agreed with the Snow guys and with the Volsen guys that we're going to do streams with them soon.
We're definitely doing streams, yeah,
yes.
definitely, because they have a lot of content coming up, and we are basically saving some space for them in the upcoming weeks. And they were actually the ones who came up to us hey, when are we having another stream, guys? It was awesome. So we have some of our streams actually on our YouTube channel, so you can check them out and get an idea. It's about what we're doing now, just a fun play session, and we play the game, we talk about the game, and I think everybody has a good time.
Will you support modding with CryEngine V titles? So since the full engine source code is out there, So I would say it's up to the individual developers if they want to support that or not. I know for a fact, of course, that Volson will support modding. I know there's a big modding community, or like a big interest in modding for Star Citizen. I almost said StarCraft now. For Star Citizen.
StarCraft.
So,
there is.
So yeah, it really is up to developer. Like if they want to do that, that's cool, and hopefully it will make it easier for people, to take the next step afterwards from modding. Because obviously a lot of people that are in the community right now, or even people working here at Crytek, took their first baby steps into game development with Crysis or Far Cry modding. So yeah.
So I wanted to say something first before we continue. We have 15 minutes left. Well, around 15 minutes left. If you still have more questions, then just keep them coming. But I think it's a good moment for all the new people who just arrived to make like a recap of some of the questions that we've answered before. So yes, we will definitely be having more tutorials, and that also includes some C++ and C# tutorials. We will have more examples. What else?
More streams, more tutorials, more Colin.
More
big feature pack releases every 3 months. More support for indie games.
The Indie Developer Fund, the Humble Bundle.
What else did we talk about? Yes.
We talked about
please fix the form. So yes.
Yes.
So for one last final time, yes, there are still like a small number of users that are experiencing issues with like the forms or login or the launcher. We're working actively and as fast as we can on fixing those accounts. So my apologies again if you're not able to log into the forms right now or use the launcher. We feel your pain, and we're working as fast as we can on fixing that.
Okay, so Fudzing keeps asking about the sandbox legacy, if it would continue to be supported. And I mean, it's kind of against, like right now we ship it because it allows people to have a transition. But after a while, there's no reason for it to maintain because it's kind of limiting. It's the same reason that Angela said before, you'd be able to use it on Mac and Linux. It just makes sense to push forward with the Qt integration.
Mm-hmm.
So it's there right now, but I can't give you a timetable, and it will eventually be phased out.
Yes, we definitely want to do more streams also with technical people.
Am I not technical enough? Like,
Colin's job title, as you can see right here somewhere, his job title is actually a technical marketing manager. So Colin's pretty technical for marketing guy.
Yeah, for marketing.
It's
knock me down.
being taken serious by people as a marketing person ain't easy. I'm telling you.
So when will you upload more tutorials? Like
after
now?
this stream.
As soon as Colin leaves this room, he's right back to uploading and doing tutorials.
Yes, we will see some CryEngineers. Absolutely. CryEngine engineers kind of sounds weird, so I just have
That's why we always say CryEngineers.
CryEngineers,
It's the
yeah.
CryEngineer community.
Crytek is OS support for the engine on OpenGL. The support, as we said before, the support is mainly due to the MFC limitation. We've had OpenGL for a while, so it's the launcher and the editor that's really the holdback. The textures from the Humble Bundle split or unsplit. I mean, the textures as far as Rise are actually split because I compiled them out.
CryEngineers confirmed.
But as far as the other stuff, they actually give sample content for quite a large amount of it. That's why it's 50 gigabytes. Otherwise, I mean, think about it. The whole game SDK is like 5 or 6 gigabytes. So when you get up to 50 gigabytes, we're talking like, what, Wolfenstein?
I think that's like the largest games like right now that are out is like, I think like The Division is like 40 gigs or something like that. So it is.
So yeah, you can expect massive. A lot with that.
I thought The Witcher was also super massive, but I forget. Never mind.
Can we say WAF support? I would like WAF support to be in the launcher. So you hear my voice, but it's not there right now, and I can't guarantee it. But I agree, WAF support would be really nice, just having an option. Did you run out of questions?
Yeah, I ran out of questions from the forum.
Okay.
I think.
Will it read down the engine for every single new?
Well, there's one from QLow Code. CryEngine supports Oculus Rift and PSVR and OSVR and Vive. But do we have any plans for HoloLens? No,
and that's
not
not
yet.
something we talked about. I mean, like right now there is no real release date for like a consumer version of HoloLens, and
Yeah,
Microsoft
exactly.
themselves said they're not sure when that's going to happen. So I think right now it makes more sense for us to focus on supporting platforms that are coming out next week, like the Oculus Rift, or coming out in 2 weeks, like the HTC Vive. So
yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, the HoloLens is quite shifty. Every time they bring it out, it's like, this is a red camera, we're going to shoot it and show you what it would look like. I mean, I've never even put one on, so I wonder about the timeline for us to even get a hold of one as a public user. I don't have any faith in it right now, but I look forward to it. It's all cool. I mean, the AR. I joked with Frank when I first came here about having a GPU that close to your head, though. It might get a little hot.
No.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I ran out of questions from the forum, so anybody else?
So we have like scheduled 8 more minutes of people on the chat being able to ask questions before Colin gets back chained to his desk to make tutorials.
I will be beaten if I don't. You have the can you upload we answered this with YouTube.
Yeah, we
it's
replied
planned.
to this one.
Yes.
We'll be uploading the tutorials to YouTube very soon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there are any plans for modding in the client. That's something you would have to ask the game team, but I am not aware of any plans to do that right now.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. You're asking the same question. Share C++ changes.
Improve documentation. So, like the documentation is something that we're constantly working on improving. For example, like if you go to the actual documentations and you look at the last edited, you will see that there isn't a working day where there's not any changes or improvements being made to it. So it's like an ongoing, constant thing that we're working on. And one of the things that we're doing right now is that one of the guys here in the team, Michael, is rework or refactoring the documentation, so it's more a bit like user case based, as in, hey, who are you? What is it you want to do in the engine? Are you a designer? Are you an artist? Are you a programmer? So that the starting, like the first steps you take in the engine are more like the documentation or the manual for that is more focused on what you are, like what you want to do. So it's more user centric. But yeah, it's definitely something that we're constantly working on improving.
Yeah, I can say as the tutorial portal keeps building forward, one of the things that kind of bugged me about the documentation or the written one was it becomes very, very daunting after a while because it goes through the full step. So what I've done regarding like the designer and the artist, like he's saying, the learning path, yeah, you'll do exactly so you'd be in Photoshop, you'll create textures, and then you would have a link that goes into the engine. It's not all on one page, so it's not as overwhelming to a new user. And also maybe you just like making textures. So it gives people an identity, just like if you worked at a studio, say at Crytek.
So there's a lot of people asking about the roadmaps.
Oh, we cannot say anything, like we don't have anything confirmed about roadmap yet, but what we have been doing in the past and what people have actually liked and what we will definitely continue to do is we have the looking ahead at things to come section on the blog. So it's a little bit of a roadmap teaser on something that we are working on currently and that you will definitely see in one of the upcoming builds. So I know it's not a roadmap, but we are definitely trying our best to be more transparent and to be more honest with the community. So hopefully that should work for now.
Yeah, so I mean, like if you look at the last year, I would like to think that we improved our communication with the community a lot. Like there's still always ways to go, but that we improved a lot in terms of giving more of a look ahead of what's coming and what we're working on. The last release of CRYENGINE V was an exception to that because we had so many exciting big things planned that we didn't want to spoil it early, but save it all for the press release. So what we did last week was that for the first time ever, we had a press event at GDC where we invited some key writers from gaming or tech websites, and we wanted to save all the big information for that to make the largest possible impact. But in the future, we will again try to give the community more advanced warning about what we're working on, what's coming in the next release and stuff like that. So yeah, as I said already, the next thing that's going to happen is GitHub support.
Yeah. And
also I saw somebody asking about that. Yes, we are working on fixes for some of the issues that people have reported with CRYENGINE V. I think there's already going to be a hotfix this week or so.
Yeah, I
very
thought
soon.
so.
Yeah, so it's something that we're working on.
there was a hotfix on Friday last week. that they pushed out. I didn't know until today, honestly.
No, it's like
It's like,
We-
but
we-
they do it
it's-
stealth-like.
it's definitely something. Yeah, as we said, like going back to the idea of this new release cycle that every 3 months or so we have new features, and in between we try to fix anything that may end up being broken.
It's understandable. Yeah.
Are there any plans to host art challenges on the forums? Well, there weren't, but who can say now? No, I mean, we would definitely love to have more, kind of giveaways and contests, not just for arts, but not just for art, but yeah, I mean, we still haven't figured out how to go about it, but it's something that is absolutely on our minds. So you can expect it or something similar coming soon.
While we're sitting there talking about the roadmap, that was interesting. I may actually do one for the tutorials, so you guys can, you can have an idea of what I have coming up because you've asked, and then also I'd like to get your idea on what tutorials you guys would like to see because I don't know everything that everybody wants.
Yeah.
I
So it'd
think
be a
this
good chance.
is perfect opportunity for you to plug the CRYENGINE answers once that's up. Wouldn't that be a perfect opportunity for people to suggest what tutorials they want to upvote it? What do you think?
True. Actually, you know what Christian mentioned that there was something in answers, so that may be what we do. It would be through answers, and we'd be able to do some kind of tutorial thing or roadmap as far as getting you guys the content and the information you want from me. Or us, I should say.
So we have 3 more minutes, guys.
And you're like a stickler for that time.
Minutes, yeah.
She's been living in Germany for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Very punctual now.
Now I'm super punctual always.
I've also seen some people. This may not be strictly CRYENGINE related, but no, this suit in the corner is just a statue. You cannot actually wear it.
I actually put this on after the end of it, and that's why I recorded.
That's how we record all his tutorials. Yes, maximum tutorial.
Band Monty.
We've been thinking about it.
Possibly. We'll have a poll. Clone Vlad. I would like to clone Vlad. And Nico. And Timur.
How about plans to create, include community created tutorials?
Maybe Angela can talk about this.
Well, we have a recently created playlist on YouTube, and it's just we've been going around basically all of YouTube and our forums and see which tutorials we find, and we actually host them on a CRYENGINE playlist. We had a lot of old tutorials as well that were outdated, like CRYENGINE 3, so those will remain in a separate playlist, but we have new ones. So if you want to have your tutorials hosted in our YouTube, then definitely just send us a link and we will add it to a playlist. And for community text tutorials, we have the forum thread where you can post them there, and we're always browsing that, and we're always looking for ways to expose it. So sometimes we post it on Facebook, sometimes we post it on Twitter, yeah. And if you guys have content that you want us to push for you, we will absolutely do it.
Duplicate. It wouldn't matter if you duplicated me. I
I'll
just
feel
wouldn't go
offended
to
by that.
work.
Like, what about me?
Yeah, well,
Nobody mentions me.
oh, now I feel really bad. Do you want water?
Angela,
Yeah.
are you scared of the huge increase of users and the more community management that you have to do now?
No, not at all.
Are you excited?
I'm excited. I'm not scared.
Excellent.
Like it's. I think I lost the fear after a while. So yeah, I don't feel fear anymore. I'm just zen forever. No, I'm actually really pumped for this. I want more people to try the engine. I want more people to show us the beautiful things they can do, because what we have in the community, most of it is so nice and so pretty, and people really feel love for their projects. So I would like to see more of that. No, Marcel, there can only be one of you.
The
So we-
all-powerful.
we-
You're like God.
You know what? Now I'm gonna go home and watch Highlander. There can be
There can only be one.
Fair enough.
That movie was great. The TV series not so much.
Not so much. Zane's good.
I'd say like one final question, right? Then it's
Yeah.
all
One
over.
final question. We have to go back to our
The next
work.
question that gets posted that we like, we're gonna answer.
What?
So, how's it going?
It wouldn't be SSS. It would actually be anisotropic specularity on hair. But we need to do something about hair. I like hair. I was looking at it. There's no S. Yeah, see? on the engine's hair. My eyes are lying.
Answer to life.
Too many, so many.
42. That's the
That's a
answer.
lot of questions now. When is CryEngine 6 coming? Definitely not before next year's GDC. That's for sure.
Not tomorrow.
I'm actually surprised that nobody, like this whole this whole stream, nobody asked why we skipped the 4. I'm surprised. I would have expected that people asked that.
Say, there it is. There it is. There it is.
Excellent.
Yeah,
There it
answer
is.
that?
There it is.
You brought this up.
Yeah, you.
I mean, yeah,
summoned it.
there's like
Beetlejuice,
why
Beetlejuice.
why is it not called CryEngine 4? There are two answers to that. One is like the professional, and one is the fun. So the professional is that we had CryEngine 3, then we had the we switched to CryEngine without a number when we had engine as a service and 3.6 and all of that. So if you have something after 3 and then you have another one, you're at 5 as far as I'm concerned, even though I was horrible at math in school. And the fun answer is that like the CryEngine 5, the V just makes for like a really nice motion graphic where it turns to VR that we really liked. So you can pick either one of those answers, really.
And also because it looks nice when you say CryEngine 5. It's like a peace sign. I even got Colin to do it. Like,
Exactly, it's easy. But I did the
It's
Vulkan
easy.
thing. It's crazy.
So I guess that's it for today, right?
Yeah.
that's it for
We
today,
hope
guys.
it was informative and fun. You got all your questions about the engine answered, about Colin's hair,
With my hair,
some insights into our future plans. So yeah, we definitely want to do more of these streams in the future with different people here on the team, so you get different insights and answers on different specific topics.
More engine people.
More engine people.
Yeah, I guess that's it, right?
Yeah, I mean.
So he's going back to doing tutorials. I'm going home to watch Highlander because there can be only one, and I have no idea what Angela's going to do.
Probably go back to Twitter.
Back to Twitter, but Marcel
Yes.
is on Twitter already. You can't do the same thing.
We can.
Did you notice I haven't touched my phone for like a whole hour?
Yeah,
How
I'm
proud are
I'm
you of
so
me?
proud.
I'm
I'm
so
so
Really
proud.
engaged with it.
Claps,
I know,
slow
I know.
claps for Marcel.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. If you have any more questions, you can go to our Twitter, you can go to YouTube, you can go to Facebook, you can go to our forums. Very soon you can go to CryEngine Answers. There's many, many ways to contact all of us. Also, I think down here it should say
Say our
Angela's and I
Twitters,
Twitter
yeah.
handles, where you can also ask if you want to ask us, you can do that.
Remember Alcatraz.
So yes,
We will remember Alcatraz.
Exactly.
thanks guys.
Thank you.
It was great. Until next time.
See you next time.
See you.
See you.